Hello, and welcome to our Department of Nutrition virtual open house for the Dietetic Internships that are combined with master's degree programs at Case Western Reserve University School of Medicine. Today you will hear a little bit about the Department of Nutrition, and you will also hear about the 3 internships that are affiliated with this department. The MS in Public Health Nutrition Dietetic Internship, a little bit about the combined Dietetic Internship master's degree programs in general, and then specifics from the University Hospitals Cleveland Medical Center Dietetic Internship and the Lewis Stokes Cleveland VA Medical Center Dietetic Internship. So first I'd like to tell you a little bit about Case Western Reserve University. It's one of the leading independent research universities in the nation. We are ranked first in Ohio and 42nd in the country, and we have world-class academic programs in engineering, law, medicine, dentistry, nursing, management, and the liberal arts. We have just over 10,000 students from all 50 states, and I believe this year 91 countries are represented in our student body. The Department of Nutrition, which is partially housed in the building that you see in the picture on the right, was established in 1913, but not in that building. We are housed within the School of Medicine, and we have a strong research emphasis. We have modern learning spaces and a library that specifically is used by our medical, dental, and nursing students. We have a very high faculty-to-student ratio. Most of our classes are on the smaller side, probably smaller than many of the undergraduate classes you have taken thus far in your academic career. I have this picture here showing you a little bit about where we are geographically in relation to some of the institutions that we use for those internships. So you can see up in the upper left the Lewis Stokes Cleveland VA Medical Center, which is circled in red, and then in kind of the middle you can see a red circle around university hospitals, and then the university is actually split on both sides of Euclid Avenue, as it was once 2 different universities, Western Reserve College and Case Institute of Technology, and they merged in 1967. But you can see how close the hospitals are, almost, if you will, on the same campus as the university. So everything is very, very close and certainly walkable in nice weather. The purple star shows you physically where our department is located in the School of Medicine, right across from University Hospital. So, as I mentioned earlier, we have 3 different internships whose interns receive their degree from our Department of Nutrition. 2 of those are grouped together and called the Combined Dietetic Internship Master's Degree Program, or CDIMDP, and those are the interns from University Hospitals as well as the Lewis Stokes Cleveland VA Medical Center. And then the Public Health Program is actually accredited by Ascend for being housed at the university, and that is the CWRU Public Health Nutrition Dietetic Internship. The University Hospitals program is accredited for 5 interns, the Lewis Stokes Cleveland VA program is accredited for 12, and the Public Health Internship is accredited for 14. They have differing concentrations. The 2 hospital research internships have a research concentration, and not surprisingly, the Public Health Internship has a Public Health and Community Nutrition concentration. Both programs are 16 months in length. They begin in August and end the following December with a formal graduation ceremony. They both lead to a Master's of Science degree and eligibility to take the RDN exam. Both programs will take some overlapping coursework, and they are all non-thesis programs. To graduate with an MS in Nutrition or MS in Public Health Nutrition, all students must earn a minimum of 30 credit hours total, and 18 of those must be within the Department of Nutrition at the 400 level or above, and 400 is where our graduate programs begin, or the numbering for our graduate programs begins. You must have a minimum cumulative GPA of 3.0, and I'd like to add to this that because some of our courses meet competencies for the internships, you need to earn a B or higher in all of those classes, not only a cumulative GPA of 3.0 or above. And then to graduate, all students must complete a comprehensive examination, which is given about a month before graduation in your second fall semester. So why should you choose an internship program that is combined with a master's degree? RDNs with a master's degree function at a higher level in their positions of employment. They can demand higher salaries, and if you look at the compensation and benefits survey from the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, you can see that is true. Students will have a greater understanding of the research process. They're able to contribute to the knowledge of nutrition science, most often advance more rapidly in the field, and you will already be prepared for the 2024 mandate that all registered dietitian nutritionists have a master's degree in order to sit for the exam come January of 2024. So, now we're going to go into a little bit more detail about the different programs, and we're going to start with the MS in Public Health Nutrition Dietetic Internship Program. I am Tammy Randall, the one who has been talking to you, and I'm the director of the MS in Public Health Nutrition Dietetic Internship Program, and I am thrilled to tell you more about our program. So our degree was first offered in 1941, and the woman on the side there was a faculty member in our department in 1941, Helen Huncher. She was also a former Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics president, and we were the first university in the United States to offer an MS in Public Health Nutrition degree. We were not accredited as an internship until 1986, but we have always offered kind of the internship portion. In the public health world, we call that field work. So it has always been a part of the program, even though we weren't accredited until 1986. As mentioned earlier, we are a 16-month program consisting of 4 semesters, fall, spring, summer, and then an additional fall. And we're accredited for 14 interns total, which means we have 7 openings each spring. This year we took 6, and depending on how things go, we can take up to 7 next year. We have a public health and community nutrition emphasis, so therefore our largest block of internship hours will be in a public health facility, where our students will spend 12 weeks during the summer at an out-of-town public health agency. And we have local, state, and federal options for students to choose from, and you'll see more about that in a minute. During that time, the students function as public health nutritionists, completing a community needs assessment before they go and an agency program assessment while they are there. So our 16-month program looks like this. In the fall of your first year, you will take graduate classes only. And then in the spring of your first year is when you will actually begin internship rotations. You'll have classes on Monday morning for certain, and then an elective either Monday afternoon or on a weeknight. And then you'll be in your internship rotations Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. In the summer of your first year, you will have that block public health field experience away from Cleveland, and that will be Monday through Friday. And then you'll return to Cleveland and again have classes on Mondays or weeknights, and then your internship rotations locally will continue Tuesday through Friday. What does the schedule really look like when it comes to classes? In the fall of your first year, you have a fairly heavy course load. You take 14 credit hours of graduate credits. Your required courses are Intro to Public Health Nutrition, Seminar in Dietetics 1, which is kind of an advanced level medical nutrition therapy class, and our research course, Investigative Methods in Nutrition. And then you have room for 1 elective. In the spring of your first year, you will take Public Health Nutrition, which is kind of a continuation of Nutrition 528 that you take in the fall, and you will have Public Health Nutrition field experience, which is literally your internship rotations. We give you graduate credit for that, and then you will select an elective. In your summer, as previously discussed, you will be in your field experience Monday through Friday, and you receive 3 graduate credit hours for that. And in the fall of your second year, you will take Pediatric Nutrition, which is an evening course, and your field experience will fall under Nutrition 532C, Specialized Public Health Nutrition Field Experience. That summer block where you are out of Cleveland for 12 weeks may be at one of these sites. We use federal programs like the U.S. Department of Agriculture, Food and Nutrition Service Midwest and Northeast regional offices. We use the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, and then we use state public health agencies like the Ohio Department of Health, the Arizona Department of Health, and then specific programs within state health departments like the Massachusetts Department of Public Health WIC program and the Utah WIC program. We also have one very large city program that takes our interns. That's the New York City Department of Health and Mental Hygiene, and they provide a really great experience for our students. The reason that we send you away is because we just don't have the bandwidth to keep all of the students here in Cleveland at public health facilities because there aren't enough public health facilities to take all of our students at the same time during the summer. And so these sites are sites that have taken our students for a very long time and provide really great public health experiences. But we are not just a public health internship. You need to pass your RD exam, so you will be doing some of the same rotations as your peers in hospital-based internships. So you'll have an acute care rotation, which will be at one of our community hospitals or perhaps a long-term care facility. We give you a counseling skills rotation because I think when you are in the hospitals, you are very focused on the disease state, using the electronic medical record, and figuring out where you are. And so we want you to develop your rapport with patients in a very low-risk setting. And so we use WIC offices, outpatient clinics, and wellness centers. And then you will do a food service management rotation. We use primarily schools, but if someone is interested in the gerontology population, we can use a long-term care facility. We do a community rotation at either the Hunger Network of Greater Cleveland or the Greater Cleveland Food Bank. And then you'll have an elective, and I just have a couple options listed here. Our CWRU Prevention Research Center, the University Hospital's Department of Gastroenterology and Liver Disease, Centers for Dialysis Care. We've used Nestle, which is here in Cleveland. We can do a variety of different things, which we can talk more about if you're really interested in this program. We do have a certificate option, which is in the process of being moved to a concentration option, and it's just a terminology change, which will allow you to take specialized coursework in maternal and child nutrition. There are 2 required courses for that concentration or certificate option. They are nutrition for pregnancy and lactation and pediatric nutrition. And then you will choose nutritional care of the neonate or pediatric obesity. And if you opt for this concentration, we will try to gear your internship experiences around that population of interest, so pregnant moms and kids. Our program outcomes. Our graduates pass the RD exam. We have a 98% first-time pass rate in the past 5 years. They get jobs. We've fortunately in the last 5 years had a 100% employment rate within 6 months. And they're also active members of professional organizations at the local, state, or national level in our Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. After graduation, even though our program is a public health or community nutrition focus, it doesn't mean that students don't figure out they love something else while they are in their rotations, and that's what your internship is for. So some examples of jobs there are, we have someone working in research, we have someone working in wellness, we have someone in kind of industry, a clinical research monitor at Abbott Labs, public health nutritionist in the state of Michigan, and you can see some of the other jobs up there on the screen. And now for the financial details. So I kind of joke that our internship is free. It's all you're paying for is a graduate degree. Nobody thinks that's funny when they see that the total program cost is $56,000, but it's true. You are only paying for the graduate degree. The internship is not an additional cost, but you can see how it's broken down. The one thing that I want you to note is in the bottom right, in the blue box, we do offer a tuition stipend. Fortunately, we have an endowment that is specifically for our students, and the tuition stipend is dispersed in the $5,000 increments in your second, third, and fourth semesters. And there's an asterisk in the second fall because I don't know what the tuition will be a year from now, but that tuition is based on the tuition for the 2019-2020 school year. So how to apply to this program? Apply directly to Case Western Reserve University via DICAS. You do not need to apply to CASE's graduate school until you are matched to our internship program. That will only cause you to pay an extra $50. We evaluate all of the students on whether or not they are an appropriate match for the internship, but we also don't match anyone who would not be accepted into our graduate school. So you will have to apply eventually, but it's a formality at that point. So save yourself $50. If you have additional questions, you can see my email address right there and my phone number, and I am happy to field any and all questions you have about our program. And with that, I am going to turn the program over to Dr. Rosa Hand.
Great. Thanks, Professor Randall. So in this next portion of the presentation, you'll hear about the master's degree component of the Combined Dietetic Internship Master's Degree Program. In this program, students receive their supervised practice experience at either University Hospitals Cleveland Medical Center or the Lewis Stokes Cleveland VA Medical Center, and then their Master's of Science in Nutrition at Case Western Reserve University. So we're very proud of this partnership that exists between our three institutions. Case Western, you can see the picture in the middle that you already saw of our biomedical research building where the nutrition department is housed. And then you can see pictures of our affiliated dietetic internships sites at University Hospitals Cleveland Medical Center and the Lewis Stokes Cleveland VA Medical Center. This program gets a little bit confusing, and so we want to emphasize up front that the supervised practice experience and therefore the applications through DICAS need to go either to University Hospitals or to the Cleveland VA Medical Center. If you apply through DICAS to Case Western Reserve University, you're applying to Professor Randall's Public Health Nutrition Dietetic Internship. So we'll talk more about the application process throughout this presentation, but just to start you off with the important information and websites, you'll be hearing from the dietetic internship directors in just a moment, but the DICAS application for either or both of these programs is through UH or the Cleveland VA. So as I mentioned, we're very proud of the partnership of these three programs, and one of the reasons is that we've been working together in this manner since 1965. And in 1965, three hospitals, two of which I've already mentioned and are still our partners, and then the Mount Sinai Hospital, which is a hospital in Cleveland which has closed, established this program to complete the dietetic internships and master's degree concurrently. And this was one of the very first hospital-based dietetic internship programs to require graduate coursework. As you'll hear later on, University Hospitals has had a very long-running dietetic internship program that even predates this partnership. But we're very proud of the legacy that we've established in working together for over 50 years. So this is, again, a 16-month program. However, the curriculum is a little bit different to the public health program that you just heard about. In this case, students start their rotations right away. And so in the fall of the first year, students go to class on Monday, and then they have internship Tuesday through Friday. We'll talk more about the research experience as part of this program, but in the first year, one of those classes focuses on implementing a standard research project for all of the students. Then in spring of the first year, it's very similar classes on Monday and then internship Tuesday through Friday. And again, one of those classes is focused on research, but in the spring, students have the opportunity to develop their own individual research project. There are no summer classes for the Combined Dietetic Internship Master's Degree Program. Instead, in the summer of the first year, students are at the hospitals Monday through Friday for May, June, and July. And then they have August off. It is important to note that at the end of the internship portions, at the end of July, students receive their verification statement. And so our students are eligible to take the RDN exam in that August break. And many of them do choose to do that prior to returning for classes in their fall of their second year when They take classes full-time, Monday through Friday. So here's a little bit more about the course schedule. In the fall of the first year, both classes are required. Again, these are on Monday. Seminar in Dietetics 1 is a medical nutrition therapy course, and then Investigative Methods in Nutrition is the research class. In the spring of the first year, Seminar in Dietetics 2 is an entrepreneurship and management course, and then Research Practicum is, like it sounds like, a research class. And then in the fall of the second year, again, students have 15 credits of graduate level electives to complete. So it sounds like a lot of required classes because the first 2 semesters you don't have any choice, but then in your final semester you get lots and lots of choice. So it breaks out that only 15 of 30 credits are required for our program. The rest of the credits are electives from the broad list you can see on the screen, including nutrition during pregnancy and lactation, pediatric nutrition, nutritional biochemistry and metabolism, diabetes prevention and management, integrative and functional nutrition, and then several courses in the sports and exercise physiology domain. We also have a very small class on nutritional care of the neonate, which includes hands-on experience with a really worldwide expert in neonatal nutrition who is on our faculty here in Cleveland. And so we hope that, students have a good variety and choose that these classes will fill their interests. And often the interests of students are informed by the internship experiences that they've already had in the first 12 months of the program, and they really know when they get to elective selection what they want to do in their future career and can use those classes to shape themselves further. So we do have a research emphasis in the Combined Dietetic Internship Master's Degree program, and the goal of that emphasis is to promote registered dietitian-led research and contributions to advances in nutrition science and evidence-based practice. So this takes place through 2 required courses at Case Western, which I've already mentioned, but to go into a little bit more detail, in the fall, all students participate in a standardized research project as a class so that everybody gets the same baseline experience collecting, analyzing, and then presenting data from human subjects research. So we try to make this not intimidating and a valuable experience, whether you come to us with 0 research experience or lots and lots of research experience and research interest. The second semester, students develop a protocol and an ethics application for a project in their own interest area with a preceptor who is a content expert in that area. And then you can choose whether or not to continue that experience from the spring into actual project implementation in the fall. So that's an option as a elective independent study. In the fall, we usually have about half of the students choose to continue their research experience into that last semester of the program. Our program outcomes are similar to the public health nutrition outcomes. Our students are qualified to take the RDN exam. They are active members of professional organizations. They become employed. And then we're also very proud of the fact that they all have experience publishing and presenting research in one form or another. Our graduates have found employment in a variety of settings, including Cleveland area hospitals and academic medical centers and pediatric hospitals and VA medical centers throughout the U.S. We have graduates who are not employed in clinical nutrition or research. For example, we have graduates in the food industry, in therapeutic nutrition, and then we do have those who are interested in going on in research and might pursue even their PhD and then go on to be in academia or university faculty. So a real diversity of where our graduates work. So the cost of this program is a total of $52,000 based on this year's tuition and course schedule. That breaks out to about $15,000 the first semester, $13,500 the second semester, and then $23,000 the third semester. Financial aid is available for the MS in nutrition. However, we do not have the tuition stipend that the public health nutrition program has, because as you'll hear in a minute, both of the hospital dietetic internship programs provide their interns with a stipend, and so that helps you out with living expenses during the first 12 months of the program. So, as I mentioned previously, if you're interested in one or both of these programs that combine into the Combined Dietetic Internship Master's Degree Program, you should apply on DICAS and rank on D&D Digital, either University Hospitals Cleveland Medical Center and or the Lewis Stokes Cleveland VA Medical Center. You do not need to apply to Case Western Reserve University School of Graduate Studies until after you have been matched to one of these dietetic internships. Again, we're trying to save you money and paperwork, and so we do screen applicants to the two hospitals to make sure that they're eligible for acceptance into our master's program, but we do not require the formal application to the graduate school until after the internship matching process has been completed. So at this point, I'm going to turn it over to Mrs. Gina Bayless, Dietetic Internship Director and Clinical Nutrition Manager at the University Hospitals Cleveland Medical Center Dietetic Internship Program.
Thank you, Dr. Hand. I'm Gina Bayless, as Dr. Hand mentioned. Today I will provide you with an overview of the University Hospitals Cleveland Medical Center Dietetic Internship Program. And I have listed here some of the key points that I will be covering. The University Hospitals Dietetic Internship Program is based in a large teaching hospital which has been in existence for over 150 years. It's well established as an academic medical center and one of the nation's leading healthcare systems, as it has been recognized continuously as one of the nation's best hospitals and one of the nation's best children's hospitals by U.S. News and World Report. The Dietetic Internship Program at University Hospitals was founded in 1933. It is the second oldest dietetic internship program in the country. It includes almost 1,600 hours of supervised practice completed over a time frame of 49 weeks, typically beginning in August and ending in July of the following year. Our program accepts 5 dietetic interns annually, and our dietetic internship program is housed in the UH Digestive Health Institute under the Center for Clinical Nutrition. Here in this slide, you will see a photo of Lakeside Hospital, which later grew into the current University Hospitals Cleveland Medical Center. I would also like to highlight that 100 years ago at Lakeside Hospital, the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics was founded. Our dietetic internship program holds accreditation through the Accreditation Council for Education in Nutrition and Dietetics. And our program mission is that graduates of the program will be adequately prepared to pursue positions as entry-level registered dietitian nutritionists. They will be able to begin professional practice with a solid background encompassing the breadth of the field of dietetics. Their depth of knowledge will allow them to provide quality of service, effectively apply knowledge, and provide a continuous systemic approach to evaluating outcomes. The graduate will be able to base their practice on significant scientific principles and best evidence. Our program will prepare dietetic internship graduates to be competent entry-level dietitians, and our dietetic internship graduates will be empowered to conduct research, and both the graduate and graduate employer will understand the impact of completion of a dietetic internship program focused in research processes and applications. Our program outcomes really do reflect success. We have a solid track record, which is evidenced by our graduates year after year who have been able to pass the RDN exam. And this does continue with the class of 2019. Since finishing our dietetic internship program last month, 100% have passed the exam and are now registered dietitian nutritionists. In addition to our solid pass rate, 100% of our students have successfully completed our dietetic internship program. 100% have ranked themselves in a postgraduate survey as having felt prepared to enter the field, as indicated by a survey score of satisfactory or higher, and 100% of our graduates find employment within 12 months, with many securing employment even sooner. 100% of employers who hire our graduates rank our graduates as performing at a level of satisfactory or higher. So not only do we have great outcomes, but we also have top-notch preceptors at university hospitals. You will see here that a majority of our internship preceptors are dietitians and also hold advanced degrees or certifications. And many of our preceptors are past graduates of our program, which signifies what a great place UH is to be at. Our preceptors are heavily involved in our professional organizations at the national and local level. Many hold positions within the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, the Ohio Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, and the Greater Cleveland Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. In addition, we have several dietitians on staff who are national facilitators of the nutrition-focused physical exam training put forth by the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. In addition, it's also worth mentioning that being a large academic medical center, our students not only learn from their preceptors, but they're also learning alongside medical residents, nursing students, speech therapy students, just to name a few. So it goes beyond just dietetics. Next, I would like to review the program timeline. Our interns complete 49 weeks of supervised practice, which begins with a 2-week dietetic internship orientation based at UH. Then each intern continues on a different rotation sequence for the remaining time. In the first phase of the program, they all complete their standard medical surgical rotations and their food service rotations, and then they move into the more advanced specialty rotations. And I also want to note here that our dietetic interns work with their assigned preceptors one-on-one, which allows for much individualized attention. In late June, all 5 dietetic interns simultaneously begin the grand finale of the internship, staff release. During this time, the dietetic intern chooses a preferred floor, which they will oversee for 4 weeks to get a real-life feel of what it will be like to function as the primary nutrition care provider. At the end of staff release, the intern is then provided with a dietetic internship verification statement, and they can move forward with taking their registered dietitian nutritionist exam. On this next slide, I have overviewed some of the specifics of our general and specialty rotations, and you will see that our program is definitely heavy in clinical nutrition rotations, still leaving adequate time for food service and community experiences. You will see that our dietetic internship does include one of the longest pediatric rotations available, which encompasses 8 weeks working in our Rainbow Babies and Children's Hospital. Throughout our dietetic internship program, there is a multitude of opportunity for interdisciplinary education at the hospital site, which you will find listed here, and much of the time is spent with the preceptor engaged in multidisciplinary team settings. There are many opportunities during our program which allow the dietetic interns to get creative and think outside of the box. During the month of March, the dietetic interns have 1 week dedicated to providing National Nutrition Month outreach on campus and in the community. As a group, the dietetic interns lead organizing our on-campus National Nutrition Month health fair, which involves each dietetic intern creating a nutrition-themed booth and then facilitating an activity during the fair. There are various community outreach opportunities the interns are involved with throughout the 49-week program, each being led by one or multiple dietitian preceptors. Our dietetic interns have enrichment experiences, including visiting our local hydroponic greenhouse and a locally operated dairy farm. Our interns volunteer at the Greater Cleveland Food Bank annually and help facilitate our Healthy Harvest program on site, which provides low-cost produce for our underserved communities. Finally, I want to highlight some general facts about our program. Again, we have 5 full-time dietetic intern slots annually. We provide a $13,000 stipend, which is dispersed as a UH paycheck plus a $1,000 meal stipend, which together total $14,000 to offset expenses. In addition to the cost of case tuition and fees, UH parking is optional and can range from $45 to $50 per month. Our interns have 6 holidays off and are allowed up to 5 personal days, and there is a 2-week holiday vacation during the month of December. There are several opportunities throughout the program also to attend professional education programs. I've overviewed some of our admission information as well as details regarding the match. We do accept candidate applications through DICAS, and we participate in the D&D Digital Spring Match. UH Cleveland Medical Center is program number 367. I would also like to mention at this time that we will have a live on-site open house on Friday, January 10th, and I invite each of you to campus so that you can see if you picture yourself at UH Cleveland Medical Center. RSVP details can be found on our program website. In conclusion, I would like to encourage you to visit our program website and feel free to reach out to me directly with any questions. Thank you and good luck, and now I would like to turn the program over to Ms. Allen.
Thank you, Ms. Bayless. I will be talking to you about the Lewis Stokes Cleveland VA MC Dietetic Internship with our concentration in research processes and applications. The Cleveland VA is the 3rd largest VA healthcare system in the country, serving more than 112,000 veterans annually. The Lewis Stokes Cleveland VA Medical Center is the main campus and serves as the hub for the VA Northeast Ohio Veteran Care as well as internship rotations. Healthcare is delivered to veterans at various locations throughout Northeast Ohio, such as our main campus, which provides acute and long-term care, 13 outpatient clinics, a freestanding dialysis center, and an ambulatory surgery center. This slide gives you a representation of where the different locations are within the Northeast Ohio area, with the Cleveland Star in yellow being the main facility, the Lewis Stokes Cleveland VA, where most of the rotations happen. All interns will also spend time at the Parma outpatient clinic doing outpatient nutrition care, and then the dietetic interns will also spend time at either the Lorain or the Painesville outpatient clinics doing home-based primary care. The mission of the VA Northeast Ohio healthcare system is to provide high-quality, technologically current health care to veterans while also promoting strong research and educational programs, which is how the healthcare system supports our dietetic internship. Secondary mission of VA healthcare is to train medical professionals for this nation, which it also supports our dietetic internship. Here you'll have a couple of pictures of the dietetic internship suite at the VA, where the interns will each have their own desk, as well as a location to hang their coats and store their personal belongings during the internship. The Lewis Stokes Cleveland VA Dietetic Internship was initially granted accreditation in 1965 when we combined with University Hospitals, Cleveland Medical Center, and Case Western Reserve University. The mission of the Dietetic Internship is to provide a foundation in research and evidence-based nutrition practice, interdisciplinary team experiences, and broad exposure to specialty and advanced level practice to prepare graduates to become entry-level registered dietitian nutritionists with a Master of Science degree in nutrition who deliver competent nutrition care to veterans and the public in a compassionate and ethical manner. The goals of our internship are, again, to prepare competent entry-level dietitians who serve in a variety of sectors throughout the nation. And our secondary goal aligns with our research concentration. We want to make sure that we prepare graduates to participate in research and evaluate how that impacts their career and employment. The objectives for the VA Dietetic Internship in Cleveland, all objectives are met with 100% of graduates completing the program, becoming employed, taking the exam, being successful passing the exam, as well as employers rating graduate as performing at or above entry-level practice upon hiring. We also take a close look at how our research objectives are met. And we have found that over 90% of our program graduates rate themselves as satisfactorily prepared to conduct research. 100% of our graduates feel research background has been valuable to their careers, and over 50% of employers report that knowledge of a research background was a factor in hiring our graduates. Research is integrated into the Lewis Stokes Cleveland VA Dietetic Internship in a variety of ways. Within the medical center itself, the VA has purchased national subscriptions to the evidence analysis library from the Academy, as well as other evidence-based practice resources such as various Aspen publications. We have access to the Cochrane Library and Natural Medicines database. These resources allow the nutrition and food service staff and the dietetic interns to integrate professionally targeted evidence-based guidelines into their nutritional assessments, their professional interactions, as well as their presentations to the veterans and the medical community. In collaboration with Case Western Reserve University, as has been explained, there are 2 required courses which further integrate research into the curriculum. We also have been tracking professional research outcomes of our interns, and over the course of the last few years, we have tracked the number of interns who have either published an article, had a poster, or an abstract presentation. With restructuring of the research classes recently, over the last 2 years, 100% of our interns have had a professional outcome with a poster presentation. And we feel that that's very valuable to their career, having that experience. The staff at the Lewis Stokes Cleveland VA Medical Center houses 45 registered dietitians that serve in a variety of different specialty areas, whether it's community, various inpatient locations, diabetes self-management, education and support, renal nutrition, home-based primary care, food service systems management, as well as administration. The dietetic interns do have an opportunity to learn from most of the preceptors. There's 82% who are graduates of the VA Dietetic Internship programs, as well as 80% from our local program. 91% of our staff have a master's degree, and there are additional staff specialty certifications that are listed here that the interns can gain the expertise of those clinicians. Lewis Stokes Cleveland Dietetic Internship is a 49-week program with a variety of different rotation areas. Clinical rotations make up 17 weeks of the program and encompass medical, surgery, renal, nutrition support, as well as oncology nutrition. Community outpatient rotations focus on cardiovascular risk reduction, diabetes self-management education, as well as weight loss programs, etc. We do have a pediatric affiliation with University Hospitals of Cleveland, and there is also the opportunity for interns to choose an enrichment rotation of their choice locally for a 2-week rotation. VA interns spend 3 weeks in staff relief at the end of the program as a cumulative experience to fine-tune their clinical and/or food service skills. Interns get a 2-week break over the Christmas and New Year's holidays, and there are 5 federal holidays that are observed throughout the program. We're not always on site. We do spend time off campus to do various field trips at locations such as the West Side Market, Ohio City Farm, Stearns Farm, as well as Nestle Professional Organization. Listed here a couple of sample enrichment experiences: exposure to Healthy Teaching Kitchen, Greater Cleveland Food Bank, Hunger Network, sports nutrition, as well as WIC rotations and/or pediatrics. In order to apply to the Cleveland VA Medical Center Dietetic Internship, there are a couple of things that must be in place. Only United States citizens may apply to a VA Dietetic Internship. Applicants must have a cumulative GPA of 3 or higher to meet the Case Western Reserve University admission requirements. All men over the age of 18 must be registered with a selective service system. Candidates are evaluated in terms of their academic achievement, their personal statement, work, volunteer, leadership, and research experiences. GRE scores are not required. The selection committee does review work experience in an area related to dietetics, and it is considered beneficial to the student's overall preparation, but is not mandatory. The VA does participate in the spring and fall match with each class starting in August. Benefits of being a VA dietetic intern are there is a stipend that is paid out over the 12 months of the dietetic internship. For the 2019-2020 school year, it is $15,036. We do feel that the concentration of research processes and application helps prepare our students to be successful in employment. The majority of our rotations are one-on-one with one RD to the intern supervising. We have minimal simulation or shadowing experiences. It's a rigorous hands-on clinical, community, and food service rotation with experienced preceptors. We value our combined program with a master's degree at Case, and upon completion, dietetic interns have preferred hiring status with a national employer. If you have any additional questions, please feel free to contact me, and I thank you for your time.
Great. So thank you for your participation in today's open house. We just want to conclude with this slide providing information about the websites, again, in the order that the programs were presented, as well as their program numbers for D&D Digital, or maybe DICAS. But just to reiterate, if you would like to participate in the Case Western Reserve University Masters in Public Health Nutrition Dietetic Internship Program, the name in DICAS there is Case Western Reserve University. If you'd like to participate in the Case Western Reserve University Combined Dietetic Internship Master's Degree Program, there is no application for that program until you are matched to either the University Hospital Cleveland Medical Center Dietetic Internship through DICAS or the Lewis Stokes Cleveland VA Medical Center through DICAS. So we encourage you to apply to 1, 2, or 3 of our programs, but hopefully today's recording has helped you to differentiate between those programs and determine which one would be the best match for you and your goals. So thank you for your interest in our programs, and we look forward to receiving your applications and or hearing from you with questions that may remain after listening to this program.